How's it going, everybody? It's East meets West with Steve Zalunardo.
What's going on, guys?
And Hussein Kabani.
Awesome.
All right, guys. It's our third
podcast.
Third podcast.
Pretty cool.
Man.
Yeah.
I think we got like 4 subscribers.
4 subscribers. It ain't gonna pay the bills, but I mean, ultimately, it's good. But you got a few questions in, eh?
Yeah, we got a couple of questions
cool.
in,
Some
which is
engagement.
neat. Yeah. So I think the subscribership versus the engagement is obviously going to be different.
Naturally,
so I think we're getting actual engagement, but we're not getting the subscribership. But I'm not really looking at the subscribership.
Dude, I think at the end,
yeah,
we make these conversations daily, or every time we talk. We might as well record them and then have someone watch them if somebody wants to see valuable stuff, right? So why not?
I'm sure there's
great banter.
I'm sure there's some value there.
So what's our topics today? I think so. The first one was our week's review in real estate.
Flip this over here.
Yeah,
right now.
Week review in real estate. The second segment is staging.
Yep.
How it affects property and what it does to list and sell houses. And number 3 was self-worth, how it affects your mindset.
That's right.
Yeah, which was pretty huge.
Yeah.
Cool, dude. Do you want to go ahead? So you flipped the hourglass.
Yeah, I did. So we've got 10 minutes, because we just keep going on.
Corolla, man. What is it called for the kids? What's that? The
Crayola?
Crayola?
The Crayola? Dude, man, like we wanted it right away, and this is the only thing Amazon would deliver by tomorrow.
You need a gangster one, like nice, and it flips over.
I'll get the gangster one, but we needed something today.
Okay,
and you told me to make sure. So
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. Here's one of the questions actually I received. We got a couple, but we won't take too much time with it. So one of the questions we got was that we're basically people think that we're kind of in a different type of market right now.
This is your week review?
Okay. So my week review. Okay, let's start.
Yeah.
So man, I got carried away there. Yeah, my week in review. It's actually been really good. It's been really good. We listed a couple of properties. One of the properties that we listed was in a new subdivision in North Pickering. Typically the properties over there, if you hadn't gone like crazy low and try to generate some kind of a bidding war, they've been on the market for 30, 45 days type of thing. Again, staging, we'll touch on it, but we had the property staged and everything else like that. It was a vacant property, and we basically got a deal done in like 10 days. I mean, it's still conditional right now.
Fingers crossed.
Exactly. They're good buyers. Basically, we got another listing up yesterday. Yeah, we got another listing up yesterday, and we have another one coming up next week. So
it's just flowing.
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Even me. So pretty good month. Basically, October's pretty decent. So we had 3 sales.
Awesome.
That went through, 2 listings, one purchaser, and we had another 4th deal that they fell through. And our buyers fell through in financing. This is where we're going to go into self-worth, where these buyers took me for a little bit of a loop, which obviously at our caliber now in this business, we don't have the time to deal with this because this affects our business with our actual clients. And other than that, we listed a few properties, which is cool, and everything's trucking along. Ultimately, the market is slow. What it is. The 905 is sort of dead in a sense. But things are selling. You got to adjust your price accordingly, and things are moving. It's all about patience at this point, right? In this regular market. So
I think you hit it right on. It's pricing. If the property's priced correctly, I think you're going to be perfect.
Double P, pricing. Patience.
I love it. Yeah. And
sellers, pricing, patience.
Yeah,
that's it.
and you know what? And like I said, we're going to touch on it again too. But staging, to a certain degree, the presentation has to be there too.
Absolutely.
And it's a lot of things I'm telling my clients right now too. Is that we're trying to stand out even in the MLS system. I'm not that guy, and I don't think you are either. Just throw it on MLS and like really hope that something happens. Like I'm going to be. Every day trying to hustle and trying to figure out a different way to get this property in front of people's faces, right? Yeah. But it's really about standing out at the same time. So the presentation's huge.
1,000%.
So we added this other P to it, a presentation, right?
Yeah. So the triple Ps. That's a triple P agent, we used to call it when I was in Mike Ferry, was an agent that would put a sign in the lawn, put it on MLS, and pray for a buyer. I think right now, like this year here, I've never put so much time into real estate. Like I think that from January to about May, I was doing like 70 to 90 hour weeks regularly. You would work all day, come home, quick dinner with the family, and then back to the office. Either you're brainstorming or you're dealing with offers or trying to drum up business. So much work, extra effort. And you know what? I love it. I think this is great because this is going to define us going forward. As you know and I know, we see agents, when you see agents migrating to different brokerages.
Or they start moving around. Or they get into coaching. Or recruiting or something else like that.
Become manager. So they're migrating to find the magic pill, which is not. It's literally just
It's the hustle, but like let's be honest, man. The thing is that the thing is that and not to knock agents or
no, not at all,
like that. But the thing is that a lot of people, like even when I was like listing people's property, they're like, I'm gonna get into this. You're making X amount of money so quickly, and this and that, and whatever else like that. To a certain point in that other market, it was true. Like I mean, still you got to do a lot of things. Like we still did things differently. Like a lot of my stuff from the market that we were in to the market that we are in right now hasn't changed too much. Like in fact, we've just ramped up the efforts, and I think our effort was huge before. Yeah. But a lot of people that kind of got into the business now are starting to realize, wow, okay, it wasn't as easy as I thought it was.
It's a grind. This I always told people, like this business will rip you from the inside out if you cannot manage your mindset and manage your everything. And then we're going to touch base on the mindset too.
Yeah.
And I see. So look at 2016, 2017. For me, even though it was the most rapid market we've ever experienced, probably since 88, 89. Ultimately, to me, that was the most boring time in real estate. Yeah. I felt worthless. Yeah. Even though you're making money and you're doing sales, but I didn't feel like
clients are happy.
Clients were happy, yeah.
Clients are happy.
But, they were selling for really high and they were buying for really high. Yeah. So it's superficial in a sense, right? But I think I didn't feel valuable, like service-wise, because you list the house, literally you had 19 showings within 2 days, and there was 4 offers there. There was no skill. And then, I remember in let's say I got in the business 2010 and then to 15, when you sold over asking, even if it was 5 or 10 grand, you exposed that because that was wow. You beat the benchmark. You kept pushing this pricing, and then ultimately it was 2016, 2017. Yeah. I think by like February of 17, March, I stopped putting that like. Oh yeah, I sold for over asking, 180,000.
But it became expected that you're going to sold for over asking. And you know what? There's a misconception. The misconception is that you think you're selling over asking. It's not. You're selling over market price.
Some of them were.
Some of them were. I get it, but like like you say, you sold $100,000 over asking. Like you're not $100,000 over market asking for the most part. You priced it 70 grand lower than it should have been to begin with.
But so 17, it was screwy. 16 was like that. We listed lower, then you got a bidding war, then it sort of ended up around market value. Yeah. But 17, dude, honestly, I sold a house here in Scarborough. Yeah. And all the statistics, all the past sales, where we analyze this, like we're really in depth with this, and you're looking over and looking over and looking over. Obviously, you want to be on, when you're presenting, you want to be on know everything, every aspect of the area and the pricing. So this house was at best on paper 6 comps within like 3 months, 4 months, 780.
Yeah.
What did I sell for?
$1 million.
No. 960.
Oh my goodness.
Here in Scarborough, right? And it was one of those deals. So that, we had 12 offers registered. Yeah. 12 offers presented, and there was a gap between 960 and like 890.
Wow.
That was the second offer. What do you do at that point? You make sure the deposit's there, 50K was there, and no conditions. You're going to jump on that. But look how the market was just, it was dumb. It was on steroid.
But I think you're right. So the thing is at the beginning of 2017, I think that a lot of people that were kind of in that situation, they were basically trying to buy property at the end of 16, and it just kept heating up. And then I think that some people that were super motivated just lost their patience. And they're just like, whatever, man. Like, I need to get into this, and I'll pay whatever it takes.
Supply and demand. Yeah. We saw this in real estate. Then shortly after, the Bitcoin frenzy.
Yeah,
like everyone's like, you got to buy it. I think we touched this on the second podcast. I don't understand it, and
I don't understand it, and I wouldn't touch it.
Yeah. So
no.
I think it was crazy. So, but look at this. So the market last year. Think about someone that goes to the gym. Like I've been going to the gym for, let's say, 6.5 years regularly, like 3 to like 6 days a week naturally. This week I'm only going to do about 4 times, but usually it's at least 5 times a week, right? It's like brushing your teeth. You go. That's why I never post it. It'd be so boring. Imagine every day I post a picture.
That you're going to be at the gym. Lifting weights.
So I'm saying, I built muscle over like 5.5 years, like very lean. I'm probably 13% body fat. I can obviously adjust more, but I want to make my diet my bitch. You know what I mean? I don't want to be a slave to where I'm going to falter on it. But look at the market. It was basically someone that went to the gym. Yeah. Started injecting steroids. He became the biggest, strongest guy in the gym. Then obviously there was some failures with his health. He had to let off the steroid. Yep. Now he's some flabby guy with no muscle that has to like really build himself back up naturally. And that's exactly, if you think about it, the analogy It's exactly how our market went. It was
Yeah.
like at one point it got very unhealthy and just.
Yep.
And now it's starting to build back health slowly.
Yeah, but like it's also like you know, like some of the stuff, like I always encourage my clients not to go too crazy with pricing and whatever else like that. But I'm telling you, like, and I've told this to other people too, is like sometimes, you know, you come back home like after multiple offers or whatever, you're trying to buy something for your client. Next day, you know, the brokerage received the deposit and you see them upload the price and you're just like looking at the price and you're like, how the hell did you come up with this number? Like tough. I don't even understand how.
It was crazy. I think last year affected my numbers too as I creeped into chairman was I didn't feel comfortable buying anything for clients.
No.
I lost a lot of business. If I didn't have a conscious, I would have done Titan easily, hands down. You could have done at least 80 to 100K a month.
You know what? But that reminds me, there was a specific client. I've dealt with them before. Like I help them buy their property, and then I help them sell their property, and then they were going to go rent for a while. Then they went to buy new construction, and then they were telling me, while that new construction is being built, we want to buy resale. I showed them a couple of resale places, and I'm just telling them, like, guys, like, I don't think this is a good idea. It's all good, but they went and bought with somebody else because I just wasn't putting the hustle behind it because I was like, I don't think it's a great idea for you.
And how are they now? You check in with them? They're in trouble.
I check in with them here and there.
Are they in trouble?
But the thing is, they haven't, you know, people will be tough. They don't want to say, a lot of people don't want to say they made a mistake or any. Exactly.
Ego.
You know, so that's bang on.
But you're a professional, you understand. Are they hurt right now?
Yeah, of course they are, man. Like the same property that they bought, like, you know, okay, so it wasn't a massive property, but it's down like 75K.
Yeah.
You know, it's probably down like 75K, and it's just like, you executed
are they
the plan.
living in this one?
Yeah, they're living in it.
So now, and they bought new construction.
But yeah.
Oh, they're dead.
But see, that's the thing. Like, you got overexcited.
When did they buy new construction? 17 or 16?
I believe it was in 16. Yeah,
end of 16.
Yeah, like it's going to be mid to end of 16 that they bought the new construction. But if they just held on to that and just said, okay, we're going to continue our course and whatever, like continue to rent and then this and that, they would have been in a better situation. Now, like, you got that new construction that's come up, plus you bought a property that's now in negative equity. What are you going to do?
Chipping away at your negative equity.
The thing is that
you negative equity.
You know, I help them buy their first property and, you know, helping them with getting a mortgage arranged and everything else like that. Did really, really well on that property. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like whatever work that you kind of put in for like a couple of years and saw the market go up and smart move on them. You know, sometimes when people were trying to sell their property during this time, I was like a little bit skeptical. I was like, yeah, you're going to sell, but you know, we don't know really where the market is. Are you sure you want to do that? You need a house to live in at the end of the day and whatever else like that. They're like, no, we're going to sell it because we feel like we're at a high. Good for them. Like they made a good call at that point. Sure. But then the next steps after that, like it was a little bit rushed. Yeah. You know, it was a little bit rushed.
Media plays a big part in people's mindset. So imagine, every day. So now it's all about negative market analysis and markets going down. And people are not, like new construction took a beating.
Massive.
I went to Italy end of August, flying over the GTA and even past Nobleton, like my area. I actually pinpointed my neighborhood. But seeing all the construction sites, so I got a construction background. I understand the phases of the whole thing, and I remember back in the like 80s, 90s when builders would build, they would just do one phase at a time. If it was 4 phases, they would just earth move, and then they prepare one section. Yeah, and then they would propose the second phase, sell it out. Then they would earth move and put the sewers in, the roads, curbs, all that stuff. And then keep going like that. In today's market, because the market was moving so quick, they'd get their parcel land and literally from point A to all 4 points,
clear it all up.
Just clear the damn thing out, put the roads in, put the streets in. It was a rush. Yeah. So now I'm looking at the aftermath. It's almost like a bomb went off. Yeah. So I'm looking up, and we're flying overhead, and all you see is just land that's been set up for a subdivision. Yeah. Just a block of houses, like a small chunk, like a half a phase complete. Yeah. And the rest is vacant. Yeah. And you can see the construction phase of these. These are in brick, full done. Like they should have been on framing stages or should have had foundations poured. There's zero. Wow. So that's a topical view. This is why really wealthy developers have their own personal helicopters or they have their own pilot because Google Maps is one thing, but when you're flying overhead, you can kind of get a deep analysis of it quickly, right?
The live picture, yeah.
So that's cool. Cool. We're done.
Let's flip this over.
Let's do it. Next one.
Yeah.
So your topic, staging.
My topic. Well, I'm a huge believer in it. You know, I'm a huge believer in it to some extent, and it goes back to what we were talking about presenting and making the property show it at its best. So I started having clients property stage, I think like 3 years ago or 3.5 years ago.
Yeah.
I was really against it because it was like, known to be super expensive. And I'm like, it's not worth it. Like, why go through all the headache and whatever else like that. And then one time, one of my clients asked me for it when I was doing the listing. They asked me, they're like about staging. We want to stage the property. I was like, yeah, we do that.
Yeah, that's entrepreneur, right?
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, basically, I talked to a couple of people, and I retained this one company, and I still work with them to this day.
Good. Yeah.
They're Property Stagers. That's the company's name. I don't know how they got that name, the Property Stagers.
Wow.
Like, yeah,
that's
awesome name.
Grassroots. That's literally one of probably the first guys.
They actually weren't, though.
Really?
Yeah,
nobody took that?
Yeah, I was very surprised, but good for them.
Yeah.
So like that was basically the first company I actually retained. Hey, you know what? Actually, let me back it up. Prior to that, you know what I did with my very first client? I actually went to Walmart. I took a trip to Walmart. I bought these cots.
Covers?
Yeah. No. I bought these full-out cots, man. They had empty rooms. So I bought these like cots. There you could travel in a bag with them, right? And then like inflatable mattress and whatever else. I set up 2 of them side by side to make like a queen size bed. I got the covers and blah blah blah. I went in my car and I threw them all in there, and I backed up to their property, and I got all this artwork from Walmart, and I put it all up. I set it all up and whatever else like that. Hey, man, there was another time, like, I had like these 2 leather couches in my house, and I was working a lot in my area. So one time, like, these guys didn't have anything in their loft area upstairs. So what I did was I got my brother, and him and I, we carried the 2 sofas, man, from my house to their house. We just carried the sofas right up to their place.
Gotta get it done, whatever counts.
Yeah, man. So that was my own experience. Yeah, personally staging properties.
Yeah, so even me, like, so every property we list, we prepare it naturally. So from day one, 2010, I got in the business, we prepared it. For huge staging, like we know you spend like $5,000 to $10,000.
Yeah.
I never do it.
Yeah.
I did one property in Nashville. I had a colleague, we co-listed it. He took a little bit too much control of it, and we kind of restaged the whole property. It cost us like $4,000 to $5,000.
Yeah.
Then every month there was a residual rental to it. And
renewal.
Did it help it? Yeah, okay, it was great. Like I get it, but ultimately it's all about price at the end, right?
Yeah.
And you got to have the full package, right? So it's, again, we always prepare the property if it needs it. Like I have a listing in 867 Wilson. Unit 4A. Hopefully it sells like in the next couple of weeks here. I think we got an offer in today actually last night. But ultimately it's the proportions of the room were terrible, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a stacked townhouse.
Yeah.
It's 900 square feet between like 2 levels.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah.
And then you got the roof terrace, and there's a million stairs to get up. It's one of them, and it's fronted onto Wilson.
Yeah.
It's got like a lot of negative drawbacks to the property, but we staged it, so we proportioned the room, and it looks so much better.
Yeah.
And like I told my client, I said, 95% of all houses are seen on MLS or on the internet prior to anyone actually going out to view the properties. So ultimately, we got to look the best.
Yes, you're right.
So you look at our property, 867 Wilson Avenue, Unit 4A. And you look at the other property that's an internal unit, it's got a better everything because internal, 0 furniture, nothing. It looks like a piece of crap. I went to go, you preview your inventory to kind of see your competition prior to listing. And it was like, hands down, we're going to beat this guy. Even though we were back, fronted onto Wilson and there's a million stairs. Yeah, we're going to beat this guy. And you look online, and we're about to about 35 showings, man.
Amazing. In this market, that's awesome, man.
But it's not selling. We lowered it now from 509 to 499, 489. Last one sold for 485. I'm hoping for like a 475, 480 sale.
Yeah.
I think from like April, May, obviously that was the height of this year's market.
Yeah.
Now we're a little bit of a descent.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But I believe in it. I don't want to overly spend in it because I see a lot of agents that go in and they sell their photographer, they sell their stager. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you? You gotta be like, so even with their trades that work for me, that's the way I look at it. So I'm the ploy, I'm the master of this. You guys are just little pieces of my pie. So you're the stager, you got no control over anything. This is my appointment time, that's where you're gonna go, this is when you're gonna get it done. I can't wait a week for you to go in, stage it, and it doesn't work like that.
No,
even photographers, like there's some guys in our area, we'll get back to it next week. We have time scheduled for next week. No.
Yeah, I'm not working
I'm not
with you
working
at
on your
this point.
schedule, Mr. Photographer, Mr. Artist.
Yeah.
I am the professional. I know get on the market as fast as possible is we're going to net us the most money, especially if there's no inventory in the market. So you know, again, taking control of these guys too.
Yeah.
I think it's very important.
No, I think you're absolutely right, man. So the thing is that with staging, it depends on the property, and what you were kind of saying about your property. I have a very similar property here in Pickering, and this is the one I talked about earlier. Like, you know, there's been a lot of properties there that have been on the market for 30, 45 days and haven't sold.
Absolutely.
When I went on the market with this property, it's a 2-bedroom, so it's a little bit challenging in Pickering
For
right
sure,
now, because the 2-bedroom market in Pickering still hasn't gotten to be a big deal, but it's going to be.
Is it townhouse? 2-bedroom townhouse?
It's a stacked townhouse with it's back to back, so there's no backyard in it.
Same idea. Yeah.
So the thing is that with this property, so there was another one there. They were priced. We went in 30 grand higher than them. The square footage is about the same, slightly different layout. Theirs looked dark and dingy and whatever else like that. When I went into my client's property, they were talking about redoing the countertops. They didn't do it with the builder because it was too expensive, but they wanted to redo the countertops, do the flooring, add stainless steel appliances, this and that. And honestly, I looked around the property and then I said to myself, like, who's going to be the person to buy this property? Do you know what I mean? It's going to be somebody that's coming in the door. This is probably one of two markets I figured, okay?
Yeah.
First-time home buyer or somebody that owns a condominium right now that wants a townhouse and at a lower end, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I suggested to this client is that, look, man, your house is vacant. I personally don't think you need to do these upgrades.
Yeah.
I think you just stage the heck out of this property. And you know what? We did.
Sold quick.
Look,
so quick.
The staging bill honestly was like $3,000. Okay, so the client paid the $3,000 to stage this property.
Sure.
And you know what? What happened was that we were priced higher than this buyer was looking for. We accepted an offer on it. It's conditional right now. So we ended up doing an open house that weekend, and there was a buyer or prospective buyer that came to see the house across the street from us, and they were kind of walking through the house and whatever else like that, and I saw them, and then they were looking at my sign. I went outside and encouraged them to come on in.
Sure.
And they're like, "What are you listed at?" I was like, "We're listed at 568." They're like, "Inside of our branch, just come in, take a look."
Take a look.
You're
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they come in, they take a look, and they're just like, whoa!
Really?
Like, yeah, man. So ultimately, we worked out a deal with them.
Yeah.
They paid a little bit more than they wanted to, or whatever else like that.
But they got the product they wanted. Yes.
Was the key differentiator between selling it and not selling it.
I agree,
at that point.
1,000%.
It's expensive, and I'm not saying that all properties need that level. Like we have another one that's going to come up next weekend, and so the thing is, it's about the property and it's about the circumstance. Okay.
For sure.
We have another property that's going to come up next week. It's a single car detached home. Amazing family, like amazing family. They got 6 kids under the age of 7, man.
Wow.
Yeah. But the house, honestly, they kept it in such good shape.
Yeah.
This is a family where you cannot go and say like, hey, like you got to take all of your crap out of your house and we're gonna make it look like this. Like you'd be nuts. They're gonna think you're out of this world.
And it won't last. Anyways,
so circumstantial, right? So like I still had my stagers go inside of it.
Yeah.
And you know what we did more or less with this one? We did a consultation. Okay,
always
you
consult.
got 6 kids. You got 6 kids. Not just consultation, but just basically coming up with a living plan.
Sure.
Like my stagers are that good that they will go in and come up with a staging plan. So how you can live your life with 6 kids. So one of my stagers, like she's got 5 kids, so she's kind of been through this thing, right? So it was awesome. So as soon as they're like, we have 6 kids, I was like, I got somebody that's going to be able to help us with this, right? So they went in and actually just came up with a plan. Okay, you're going to put the beds like this, and then we're going to move it like this. During showings, we're going to keep it like this. Open house, keep it like this.
Yeah.
So and then that house is more like, okay, take depersonalize, and we'll add some artwork, we'll add some accessories, this and that, and whatever. I
used to call them knickknacks. My stager got mad at me. They're accessories.
Yeah.
So that's it. Just accessorize the house.
Yeah.
Clean it up.
Yeah.
A lot of people have new furniture. Obviously, if there's a kitchen table that overpowers the room, you want to switch that real quick. But just accessorize it. I think it's the best thing.
But
clean it up, make it look neat. Lean it up.
And I'll add one other thing, and what you said about price. Okay, so you're absolutely right. The price at the end of the day will control it. So say this property that we're going to list right now. Okay, next week.
Yeah.
I'm going to list it at just under $700,000. But if these guys had a little bit more flexibility in their lifestyle, I think we could get $25,000 more for this property. Yeah, we can. But the thing is that just because based on the circumstances and whatever else like that, we're going to list it just under $700,000 because they need it to move quickly. These guys cannot be out of the house all the time and everything else like that.
No, with the kids and everything. No, naturally.
And if we stage it properly and whatever else like that, we'll get more money for this property.
Absolutely.
But it's just not going to work in this situation.
And I don't think
price will sell it.
And they're not going to sacrifice their lifestyle on their kids. And I don't blame them
for
either.
20 grand.
It's
I don't think they're going to do it.
6 kids. You can't. I have 2.
Yeah.
I can't see it multiplied by 3. I can imagine the stress on the parents.
Yeah.
So be patient with them. Sell that damn thing quick. Get them the most money possible. That's it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And so going back to staging. So if pricing, staging and pricing, naturally. if you see a property on the market, even if it's 30 days at, let's say 500,000, you're coming in stage, you're looking greater, you can probably go at that range or a little bit higher, kind of show different value. Or if you're the only inventory on the market, you can go at a higher price because you can play around with it, right?
Yeah,
obviously. Cool.
Yeah, man.
We're good with that one?
All right.
Look at that, right on time.
Yeah,
Literally the last sand grain drop. What was it? So third topic is self-worth and how it affects our mindset as salespeople.
Self-worth.
You want me to go on this one?
This is all you.
Okay, so cool. Going back to self-worth, I think, getting into this business originally, we would take anything. We would bang anything.
Yep.
It was literally like, give it to me. I don't care what it is.
I don't care how ugly it is. I'll take it.
Just do it. We're going to do it. Imagine when I got into coaching, it was like, 6-7 years of coaching. It was, about 6 to 7 years. Anyway, so we kind of leaned up to pre-qualifying, series as you got busier. So I'll give you an example. So when you start, you're going to take everything. I think my first year in real estate, it did almost 100,000. I think it was 90 something thousand.
Good for you, bro.
But it was like 17 leases and like 6 purchases. Like 25
17
deals, right?
leases. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
It was insane. But I would take anything because I was looking at it. Even if I made $1,000 that week, it was paying my mortgage, it was putting money in, and it was keeping me busy and keeping me interaction with clients, how to deal with them, how to present offers. Even though leases are like probably. A sale of a property is probably 1/10 of the work than a lease, or let's say, right?
Yeah.
And then 1/18 of the actual pay scale. So, but ultimately, it was good. It kept you busy. So going back to that, so I had a great client of mine, a high executive in a company, the $20-30 million company. He's got a one of the girls that works there. She's got a pretty decent position. She's younger, 25 years old. Asked the guy, "Who do you deal as a real estate agent?" He goes, "You got to deal with Steve. He's the best." And so I get this referral. And I meet with the people, and it's no bullshit tactics. You're only gonna buy it if I'm gonna buy it, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna risk it. I'm not looking to turn over one sale and then burn bridges.
No.
I want to build a relationship with you 5 years where you can buy and sell, flip 3 to 4 properties a year. I get the purchase and the sale.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I want. But you have to trust in me and be faithful to me in this. This is like a marriage.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make sure you don't buy crap. You're going to make money, but you got to make sure that I get the purchase and the sale. It's a perfect agreement, and I think it's a fair agreement. So bring these people out and educate them. So I usually do the first showing education on anything I do, even just buyers buying a house for themselves. So it's just like an educational. This is the value. Start to understand value. I want to educate them like someone should have educated us when we got into the business. So just to give them that full education process and showing them different values and stuff like that. And that's it. So fair enough. So first one should be just like educational period. I get a call. Let's put an offer on that property. Are you sure? You qualified? Pre-qualified? Yes. Mortgage is good. Everything's done. We're good to go. This is the property. We're going to buy it. Then we want it. Are you sure? This is like my son's birthday on Saturday. Yeah. I'm like, the last thing I want to do is prepare an offer with someone that's not ready. Because I can see the immaturity level in this already. Yeah. Right? No, we got to do. We're going to buy it. Okay, fair enough. No, let's do it. Put the offer together. Son's birthday, imagine, negotiating deals. Like it's our time, right? The family. Yeah. So get this thing together, get it negotiated. We end up doing the deal, like literally within 3 hours. Between my son's birthday and everything, I had to do all this stuff. So get it done. We go into bidding war, imagine, but like 5K over asking.
Yeah,
It's not like before, right? So get this thing done. And then we had a finance clause of like 2 days. And I already felt it. I go, this is not going to end. This is not going to end well. I'm like, why would you waste my time? Like, I didn't even tell you to put an offer in. You wanted to put the offer in. Just should have just chilled out.
So what made you feel like this is not going to happen?
Right away, I can see it. It's almost like a sixth sense. I can smell it.
Did they ask you a question? Sometimes people ask me the question, and I know that's a huge red flag. So I can get out of this offer, right? Like if I don't get financing or something else like that.
No, I usually tell them that. But it's even before, they're all excited. Get the offer in, we're going to sign it, we're going to do it, boom, boom. We went through negotiations, a bidding war, we got it done, the whole thing. But then I'm like, this is not going to end well. I really feel it. So, okay, to the second day, and this is the worst, when you're dealing with the listing agent, you're going into multiples, and they choose you because your personality, you're genuine.
You build trust. You build trust.
People don't get that. So, our name's on the line. I don't want to. If you're not qualified, let's not do it. I didn't force you to put in an offer. Let's just wait. Let's not hurt people, sellers. We're not in the market of hurting people. Yeah. If we're ready, we're going to pull the trigger. Let's move forward. So anyway, they back out of this. I can't get a hold of one partner. He's not answering my calls. This one, this and that, and not getting back to me. Then we do a conference call. I'm trying to re-engage it, and then it's anyway they falter. So I got a buyer representation agreement. they signed a buyer rep during that period, right? When we present this offer, and it's a 3-month contract, the whole thing. And then they get this call, like, this and that, the buyer rep, and I signed it. I said, but that's what you did. I told you, you're gonna have to be committed to me, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, there was back and forth. She wasn't too pressy on it, but you know what I thought after the phone call? I said, you know what, I'm gonna release this. I don't want no bullshit. I go, I don't need a headache.
Yeah.
Business is good. Got a lot of business. Our name, our reputation's in the line.
Bigger.
Even though. If I held that contract and she bought and I searched in 3 to 6 months and she purchased, it's $17,000 to $18,000 coming back to me.
Yeah.
It's a substantial amount of money, but is it worth it to affect your mindset?
No.
So I released them. I sent an email, listen, I don't want the typical stigma of an agent that's just commission based. I want to build a relationship. If you see the value in my services, give me a call back. Let's re-engage. Let's do this thing. But it has to be 100% commitment to me. Fair enough. I get a call. I was here. I think we did the first podcast. So
I
get a call and she's like, okay, or the other partner now finally reappears after like 3 weeks or 2 weeks. Like, okay, great. We want to meet you back at this coffee shop. We're gonna go back into this. I'm like, great. I already pre-warned the other partner how the relationship's gonna be. Naturally, I would think they would communicate and not waste my time. I get there. They're interviewing agents.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. My heart, like literally, because I'm thinking I could have been home. It's all on my mind. Like my last appointment, like I had 4 or 5 appointments.
Yeah,
I think.
I don't remember.
It was, my last one was at 5:30. I could have been home for dinner for 6 and done. No, but I had to like stay like at a random restaurant and then like filter into Toronto like at 7:30 and get home at 9. So my heart's in my feet. So, and you see that the agents are the quality. One guy's like, so like eager to bang anything possible. So he's there and I bumped into him like, oh, this is like, why am I here? Like, do I leave now? I'm like, let me be professional. I'm like, okay, let's wait it out. So I talk with them. I was like, 11 minutes in, I'm like, this and this. This is what you want. Okay, fair enough. How's this going to work? The arrangement is we're going to have 3 agents bring us a deal, whatever deal they feel good, and we're going to look at it. But you don't have the experience nor the knowledge. The shit that they want to buy the day that I was brought them out first time would have hurt them, and I put them to something better. So literally, I fired them. I just told them, I said, after 300 transactions in 7 years, my caliber and level, I can't be here. This is not me. You got to deal with someone that doesn't really care about the transaction and just want to bang into anything. So that's pretty much my story. So for me, eliminating that, even though it was time consuming because I showed them and put an offer in and then met them with another second appointment under interviews, it was best I just released it and done.
Move on.
Oh yeah, because you know what? All the rest of my clients are dependent on me. If my mindset is burnt out because of these people sucking my energy, I'm going to be shit all the way down the road.
It's not worth it. You know what you said is absolutely right. Like when I got into the business too, I would absolutely take on almost anything at that point. Like and some of the crap I did, man. Like I remember listing a property in Scarborough, and it was a rental property, and the backyard had a gigantic freaking hole in it. So me and my brother went to Home Depot, bought this cheap ass soil, and just like, I have a picture of it still, man. Like we just put bags and bags and bags of like, we just did the grimiest things possible, like to make sure that we could get these listings and sell these listings. And, similar to your story, and I'll tell you quickly, is that I ended up getting what I wanted to call like one of the trophy listings for me anyways. Okay. So the thing is that this was a really, really, really nice property. The client is a nice guy, but what ended up happening is that he, I think, got caught up in a hype of when everything was hot, ended up purchasing this piece of land. And then I guess one of his friends is a builder, so he got advice and help on building this property. For some reason, it took him 2.5 years to get to that point, which was too long. So he missed the market. He completely missed the market. So he paid a little bit too much for that piece of land, and he overbuilt the house for the area that it's supposed to be in. He had it listed previously.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about this.
He had it listed previously with another agent, whatever. He had it listed previously with another agent, didn't get anything. He interviewed like 4 agents and stuff, whatever. So he ended up going with me. And I agreed to, take part in some of the staging costs with him. And what ended up happening is that everything was good. When we got up to the point of staging the property and whatever else like that, I was there with my stagers, and his attitude and everything else like that was so down. Like I actually had to pull him aside a little bit and just say, hey, like, man, like you can't be negative. Like I understand that you went through some bumps and whatever else like that, but like
it's over now.
But if you're gonna carry on with this negative attitude, you know what? It's gonna rub off on me, and and it's going to make me negative towards your property, and I don't.
Give me an example. What was he saying? Like, what was he?
He was just down. He was like looking at the furniture coming in.
So let me ask you a question. So what he built,
yeah,
the current value, was he going to be profitable at the end?
Yeah, he was still going to be profitable,
100,
but
200?
Yeah, about 150, probably 200,000 bucks. But guess what? In his
market?
mind, it was 400. Do you know what I mean? In
yeah.
his mind, it was 400, and he would not let go of that. So one of the ways that he was kind of down, the example is that he's looking at this furniture coming in, and he's looking at me, and he's just like looking at it like this is all a bunch of bullshit.
He said that?
No, he didn't. But you can tell the way that he's looking at it. He's like
yeah.
all slouched down.
Yeah.
I'm like, buddy. Like, look alive, please.
You know, or don't be here, please.
Yeah,
Come back in an hour.
So you know what my thought was at that point, man? And I told my stager this. I'm just like,
what am I doing?
Like, I think we gotta leave.
You felt it.
Yeah, I felt that right there, and I was like, I think we should just leave, man. Like, I know there's a cost associated with bringing this stuff here right now, but I think I better walk right now from this thing.
You felt it.
And then I was just like, you know, me being the positive guy that I am, I'm like, let's go. This guy's gonna be okay.
You can be professional and do the whole thing.
Yeah. So we kept going and whatever else like that. And then he started we got it on the market. We did a couple open houses. I ended up getting an offer, and I got an offer from an agent, really nice guy, that made an offer with the previous agent. And he was just like, the relationship they had was horrible. Like, this guy didn't work with him, whatever else like that.
Sure.
So I ended up getting a really decent offer for what that property is. Like the guy already told me he's going to come up to X amount and whatever else like that. We got to play this game a little bit. And I told the seller this as well. And he basically writes me back and he's just like, this number is totally out of the question. And at that point, I like took a week to kind of like decompress, and I just told him, like, you know what? I called him up and I just said, you know what, man? Like, and also like he's always on my case. What's going on? What are you doing? What's this? And it's just like, dude, I already told you what this listing means to me. Do you know what I mean? And my reputation. So I was just like, I'm doing everything I possibly can.
And the market conditions is not.
Yeah.
17
and
market.
I told him I got you a good offer, a really good
How much
offer
were
on
you?
this property. Okay, it was listed at just under $1.5 million. I got him an offer on paper that said 1.3 million. The agent told me he's going to come up to 1.35. We'll come up to 1.35, and then I have a sense that will get him up to 1.385.
Okay.
1.385. For that property, in my opinion, it's
Unloaded.
a really good deal. Plus,
is he still profitable at that price point?
He is. And then plus, at that time, what was going to happen is that the buyer of the property wanted him to finish the basement too. And he could have made an extra $20,000, $30,000 profit. Profit. He's willing to pay $70,000 to finish the basement, somewhere in that range. He could have made $25,000 in profit from that as well. So he was getting a good number for what the property is. And so long story short, again, it is just I couldn't.
This guy was a builder, or was his first build?
It was his first build.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he going to live there, or is this investment?
No, it's just an investment.
Back on the market?
Back on the market.
What price point?
Same price point. Now we just dropped to $50K.
1,450?
Yeah, now he's 1,450, and we were almost there.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I had to call him up, and I just said, like, you know, but I took the blame. Like, I'm that guy, so I just took the blame, and I just said, hey, listen, man, like, you know, based on what we've done so far and where I've got you to, based on the feedback I'm getting, I don't think I'm the right guy for you. And I had to drop it, and it hurt. It really hurt to drop this listing. And I just said, you know, I don't think I'm the right guy. And then, you know what, he took shots at me after that. Oh, you know, you don't think you're good enough, you're not good enough to sell this property. And I said, you know what, man, whatever you want to say, whatever, good for you. But you know what happened? I'll tell you one last thing, because I know we're out of time on this thing.
But you're better than me in that.
But you know what happened? I called my sign guy, my post guy, and I just said, listen, man, I need you to pull the sign. He's like, dude, I'm around the corner from this place right now. I was like, go pull the sign. So before the termination was even signed, the sign was lifted and everything. And then the guy emails me. He's like, I didn't even sign the termination and your sign is gone. I was like,
that's how we work.
Dude, like, when I'm done, I'm done.
You're better than me in that. I had one thing, a big listed in King.
Yeah.
Okay, so $3.5 million in 2016.
Yeah.
Wow. Big property, 7,000 square feet, 10 acres, custom built.
Huge.
The guy's in steel manufacturing, builds the whole thing out of steel.
Oh, man.
It was so over improved. It was a bomb shelter.
Yeah.
Like literally World War II, you can drop bombs on it.
It'd be fine.
It had 18-inch, you know, floor joists are 10 inches?
Yeah.
18-inch steel I-beams.
Wow, that's nuts. What is he building, a warehouse?
The subfloors, concrete.
Wow, man. That was
over-improved?
Overdone. Way overdone.
So when I told him, I go, you're going to sell between the 3 to 325. I said, that's where you're going to be. or 3 to 3.5. I said there's a $500,000 spread there. Hopefully we get some there. We listed, I think, 4 million, 3.9 or something, 3.9, and this is where you're going to be at this price. He didn't believe me, and then ultimately they ended up listing with another agent. But before that, he's like this and that. I said, is it my fault? If you built this house prior and you called me and you said, Steve, I'm going to choose either we do laminated and veneer lumber or bloody steel beams everywhere, I would say choose the lumber because one half the cost. I said. So ultimately you overbuilt it. I told him, it's not my fault, your idiocracy, that you overbuilt your property. Now you can't, you're so emotionally attached to the property, you expect X dollars. He ended up selling in 2017 in a way better market where the market influx like 30%, and he sold for that 3.2 mark.
Wow, that's crazy. But so see,
I was there, you know.
But people do this all. Like, I don't say it all. I don't want to say it all the time, but I see this happen. Like they over improve property, just like my story with this little builder guy. Like honestly, man, I'm looking at this house, beautiful house. Like I think I have a nice house. I think I have a nice house. But I look at this guy's house, I was like, your house is sick. It is such a nice house. Goddamn shack over here, another shack over here. I'm doing an open house on Sunday. There's this fat dude, man, just like sunbathing over here in this little cottage thing. And I'm like, this is $1.5 million and I got an amazing view for you here. Like, it's like, dude, like,
the guy was drinking the Bat Blue in a can?
Yeah, basically.
It's like drizzle of beer on his chest.
I'm sure he brewed the shit in his garage, man. Like, but you know what? Like, you're looking at the house, and I was like, and he's like going on, I did this, and I look at him like, why? Why'd you do it, dude? If this guy had built a 3,000 square foot house or a 2,800 square foot house, and did like more or less, just slightly above the builder grade finishes or whatever else like that, this guy actually would have had more profit, sold quicker, and been out of there. But mindset is, I'm going to be a big luxury builder. But guess what, dude? This is your first build. I don't want to find it.
No, but it's true.
But it's like, this is your first build. Like, look, I'm interested in building something, okay? So I have the same interest as you. I'm interested in building something. But you know what I'm looking for? I'm looking for a piece of crap land in Oshawa or Bowmanville or Clarington or somewhere else where I can pay the $200K cash and just be like, okay, I'm not going to stress out. I'm going to pay the $200K. I'm going to build this like half decent house. It's not going to be a luxury home. I'm going to build this half decent house, and guess what? I'll flip it. I'll learn everything on it. This is going to be my university education on building a house, and then I'll move on, and then I'll build a better house.
That's the whole point. That's a transitional period.
But like your guy comes in and builds a steel house. Like it's like, dude,
took him 4 years to build.
Yeah,
imagine.
You know what? But when you said, you should have called me before you did this, and I would have advised you properly. I even run into that. Forget about builders. I run into that with people. Upgrading their homes and stuff like that. Sometimes I go into their house and they're like, we wanted to get everything ready before we call you, and you're looking around and you're just like, you should have called me.
The shiny laminate didn't work?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was like, but you should have called me. Okay, the exact example I remember, it was a basement. They finished this basement in a way, like the kitchen was in a room on its own and whatever else like that. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, dude, like this is a basement. Like, why would you finish it like this? Well, we wanted to get everything ready before we call you. We don't want to waste your time. And I was like, I appreciate that and I respect that.
Call me next time,
You should have called me if you're going to retain me, man. Like, this is part of the gig.
Absolutely, yeah. Even new builds, people buy new construction. Call me before you do it.
Yeah, I have a client that I sold 2 houses for them. The first house they had it listed by another agent, didn't sell. They called me, 3 interviews with them. Eventually they listed with me. The hesitation was commissioned, but they eventually listed with me. I sold their house in Oshawa too. They made the mistake again. They hired the person in Oshawa to sell their property, didn't sell. They're 2 little girls, the cutest girls ever, man.
Paul Hussein.
They're like, this lady's not going to sell the house. Call Kabani. So they did, and we sell the house. But you know what? Both times the finishes were not that great, and I told them. So they have a new construction going up in Whitby. I went with them twice, like north of Newmarket now, to the decor center. To like help them. So I went with them for the structural appointment, and I went with them for the upgrade appointment.
That's what service, and people don't understand how above and beyond we go for our clients.
But it's just like, not over improving a property, right?
Yeah. No, you gotta, it's all about turnover.
Sorry, man.
Look at the big builders.
Yeah.
They don't go crazy with this stuff, even if they're selling multi-million-dollar homes. It's very like, just turnover. It's all about making the money.
What I was gonna say, I love it, man. We started from mindset and self-worth, and we end up to
which is all related. It's all related, though.
Yeah.
Go ahead, buddy. So we got a few questions in from.
Yeah. Well, we're almost out of our scheduled time, so we'll go with the one. So the the most relevant question, I guess, that came in right now is that, we're about to get into November.
Yeah.
Do we list now, or do we wait until the spring market?
Yeah.
So I mean, again, it's circumstantial. So the question came in, and I would say it's circumstantial, and it depends on what you're trying to do. I think that right now could still be a good opportunity for you to list your property and get it out on the market, depending on what it is and what your timelines are.
For sure.
Properties are still selling, not having a problem with them, as long as we go back and say that they're priced right,
price and
presented
patience
well, and you're patient with what it is. We have no problem selling them. And sometimes what I find also is that, like, look, we kind of know what's going on right now. The inventory is not like crazy high like it's going to be in the springtime. I think people have this idea that list in the springtime is going to be the absolute best time. I don't think it's necessarily true. It could be, but also you're going to have a ton of other people listing at the same time, so your inventory is going to increase so much.
Reality is, people always say, "Oh, the spring market is better."
Yeah.
You know why the spring market was always better than the winter market? I'll tell you why. Because the market progressed another year.
Yeah.
So from January to March, April, the market's gone up, let's say, a healthy 10, 12 points.
Yeah.
Of course, you're going to make more money than in January, but you still got to buy in this market.
Yeah.
So it's all irrelevant.
Yeah.
I think going back to listing now is list when there's less inventory.
Yeah, I agree.
And serious buyers.
Yeah.
Not every. Look at these open houses. I did like crazy open houses. First time in my career, really, this year. To me, it was a big waste of time. A lot of people coming out, especially in the summertime. They were just coming out to have a chat. You know what I mean? And I look at that. If that was the winter, these guys wouldn't be out walking around.
No.
It's like serious buyers. We need to get into a property. Let's go. So more motivated buyers and less inventory. I think it's going to equal more money.
Yeah,
so naturally, like I said, spring's always better. Sure.
Yeah.
Even this year, January to May. May was our hottest month of this year. It was. Yeah, but that was just it was. Imagine 6 months after or 5 months after the debacle of last year. So sure, you're gonna have an increase in value.
Yeah, like I have a client that has a condo that's going to be closing in Markham in May, April or May, and May. Sorry, and they're asking when to list. You know what my suggestion is that they're going to be close enough to that spring kind of time or whatever else like that. But my suggestion is, like, right now I told them, like, February, mid to end of February, I think is a good time. Because mid to end of March into April, you're going to get a spike in inventory. And I feel like people are super kind of motivated at the beginning of the year. People that are going to buy and sell real estate that have set this as a goal, as a New Year's resolution or a goal or whatever, they're pumped up and motivated at that time. And inventory is usually low at that time. Do you know what I mean? Inventory is usually low at that time. So I would like to hit it as soon as possible, end of January, beginning of February. Like, let's get that thing up and running.
1,000%. Even Christmas time, everyone says, "Oh, I don't want to list in December because
you're
of
Christmas." You're going to get serious buyers.
I'm a Catholic. We celebrate Christmas. 25th I shut down, but I usually historically every 24th of December, Christmas Eve, I'll do a bloody deal.
Yep.
I then skip 25th. I literally shut the phones down, and then 26th it's like renegotiating more stuff. So no, it's not. It's all about inventory when the buyers are migrating. So it's like fishing or hunting. You got to go when the game's out. Right?
And I just threw that comment in there too. But it's like, you know what? Sometimes when these periods of times come around, like holidays and Christmas and whatever else like that, and if somebody's actually coming to see your house, for the most part, they got to be pretty serious. They got to be.
They're moving around in holiday season.
They got to be pretty
motivated buyers. It's a necessity.
And
sometimes these guys will buy more because it's more of an emotional buy because it's a need rather than just a want. Especially in the summertime. You guys come to open houses. It's good. The house is like amazing, like top to bottom, best value in the area. And they're gonna say, well, the baseboards are 6.5 inches, not 7 inches. Like that's the shit I'm dealing with. That's the winter, and you got a needed buyer. It's like, take the baseboards off. I just need the house. We gotta live. So that's the kind of people we're looking for, right? But I mean, we got a couple of other questions, and we'll follow up next week.
But if you guys, anyone else has any questions about the market, entrepreneurship, real estate, us, send us a comment, message
for sure.
And we'll get it in there.
Awesome, guys! Subscribe. We got a great channel. If you see us on YouTube, it's East versus West. Or East meets West. Sorry, sort of like a verse thing, but it's meets West. Yeah, subscribe, guys. We'd like to have you guys come aboard, and we're going to provide valuable information for you guys too. And we'll see you guys next week in Kleinburg.
All right, guys. Cool. We'll see you then.
Ciao.